Hey, this is Susan here. Today we're going to do a little exercise that I've done quite a lot in the past and I really love. It's really made a difference in my life. It's by the work by Byron Katie. She calls herself Katie, and I'll give you a little bit of background about her. She was a businesswoman with 3 young children, and Katie got so low. She had suffered low self-esteem, and she got so low that she wouldn't even sleep in her own bed because she didn't feel that she was worthy of sleeping in a bed. And one morning she woke up on the floor in her house, and there was a cockroach crawling across her leg. And when she saw the cockroach, she realised she could freak out because this cockroach was crawling across her leg, or she could just relax and let it be okay. And she had an epiphany. She realised that, if she'd have believed thoughts that she had about this cockroach, then she could freak out and be crazy, or she could just relax and let it be okay. And it wasn't anything to do with the situation that was happening. It was the thoughts we all have about situations in our lives that are happening, and we have the power, each and every one of us, to change those thoughts. And so she based the work on that process of really coming together and realizing their thoughts are just thoughts. It's only the perception that we have about those thoughts that can harm our lives. So if we look at the thoughts differently and question them, then they can have no power on our lives. And the way that that's done, I want you to just take a moment to think about a situation in your life where you're less than happy, and just write that down on the paper. I'll give you just a couple of seconds to do that. Now I want you to ask yourself, is that true? Is what you've written down on that paper, is it absolutely true? And then if you may say yes, it is true, or you may say no, it's not true. Well, if you say yes, it is true, and I want you to ask yourself again, can you absolutely know that it's true? So there's some room for doubt there, isn't there? And the next question I want you to think about is, how do I behave when I believe that thought that I'm thinking? It might be that you attack the person that you're thinking about. It might be that you get really angry inside and hurt and upset, or you might feel badly about yourself when you believe the thoughts that you're thinking. And the next question is, who would I be without that thought? So that's a really interesting question, isn't it? You can actually not have that thought, and you can be calmer, you can be more relaxed, you can be more happy, and you don't have to attack the person that you're thinking bad thoughts about. So that's really nice. That's where the turnaround comes in. The next step is to do a turnaround. So instead of saying, oh, Peter shouldn't do that to me, you could say, well, I shouldn't do that to me, because when I think that you shouldn't do that to me, then I'm actually hurting myself, and so I shouldn't do that to me. Or I shouldn't do that to Peter. Maybe what Peter's doing is absolutely fine, but it's just my perception of that, and I get really cranky with him, and it hurts both of us for that to happen. So there's all sorts of turnarounds that you can use that makes it okay, and you can feel better about the situation, and it doesn't have the capacity to hurt you like it did before. So it's a really brilliant, easy way to do things, and Katie's got it set up so that if you want to, you you can even call up and have a facilitator to lead you through the process. I've done that a few times myself, because there's been times when I've been dealing with things that I just really didn't have the right thing to turn around for, and having somebody lead you through it can actually make you see it in a whole much better way, and then you can actually really get the lesson that's there for you to learn. So when you get a chance, when you'd like to, go to thework.com, have a look through the information there. There's a whole lot of sheets to download to do the worksheets so that you know what you're doing, and I do invite you to question those thoughts that you've got, because it really does make a difference in your life. I believe life's about having a good time and living to the best, and while you're believing thoughts that aren't true, then you really stifled in your life to live the best possible life. And thanks for taking the time to listen to this today, and take care, and yeah, thanks very much. Bye-bye.